What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another new video. So we just got the BBSs on, we've had them on for a few days, basically just one weekend now, and it's time for us to go get our alignment. So we're gonna head down to the alignment shop, make sure we get everything squared away so that we don't get the same issue with getting cords on our tires like we did on a previous track set. And that's mainly due to the alignment in the front, and right now we are running a little bit of toe out. It just helps a little bit for the track, and it helps with a little bit of steering feel. So I want to get that removed, and we're basically going to go to a little bit less of an aggressive setup, but this is still very much a track alignment and a very aggressive handling alignment. So I want to take you guys, show you guys what it looks like, what settings we got for the car, and everything involved with getting the alignment done on this car, what I have, what changes I can make. I'll show you guys the underside of the car a little bit, and we'll get everything sorted away. So let's get down to the alignment shop. It's about a 20 or 30 minute drive. We'll head over there now, and let's go get this thing aligned. Guys, like I mentioned, we are headed down to go get an alignment right now. So we're currently on our way driving, and we should be there in about 20-25 minutes. It's not too far, but we're gonna get the alignment dialed in on this thing. It's gonna look just a little bit better, as well as save ourselves some tire life. So I think overall that's gonna be pretty useful, especially for our street set, and we won't really lose too much track performance or any of that. So should be really good. We'll be there in a little bit, and I'll show you guys everything that we've got done to the car underneath, give you guys a little bit of a view, show you guys what it takes to align some of the stuff. It gets a little bit more complicated once you get all the SPL arms, and Nitrons have these a little bit complicated front caster plates. Well, they're like camber and caster plates. So we're gonna go ahead and get there. I'll show you everything underneath the car, and we'll get this thing dialed in. So I'll see you when we get there. All right, we got the car up on the lift here, and we're just about to get started. But I'm gonna try and get what I can for you guys. There's a lot of background music, so I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. So we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna get this thing aligned, and I'll get back to you when we're all set. Well guys, we're back in the garage. It turned out to be a little bit of a fail trying to get you guys some video. Unfortunately, it's just really loud in there, and then ended up getting a little bit busy just trying to get all the specs dialed in and the alignment exactly how I want it. But we did end up getting everything all sorted. The front was definitely pulled out of whack a little bit, so I believe it was the left side was way towed out, and then this side had begun to toe in a little bit. This corner was good, but the back driver's side corner had also towed out just a little bit. So we definitely pulled the alignment out of spec, but that's something that's a little bit normal, especially after you get all the SPL just set up. It kind of adjusts, especially after you drive a little bit. It just kind of settles into place, and the alignment can just change ever so slightly. So I'm glad that we got everything dialed in. The car feels pretty good. Now there is one thing that I do want to go over. I do need to change the tire pressures, and that's just something that's kind of common, especially when you get tires mounted. Sometimes the tire pressures that are set onto the machine when they mount, even though you tell them 32 or whatever and it goes to whatever it is, it can actually be a little bit off. And based on the gauge cluster, I'm at like 35 or 36 on I think one of the fronts, and then 35 or 36 on one of the rears, and it's giving just a little bit of a floaty feeling. But we'll get that set back down to 31 or 32 depending on what I want to run, and everything should be set. So we are back down to 0 toe in the front, so it's exactly perfectly straight. The rear, we are at 0.08 degrees on each wheel towed in. So you want to toe in the rear just a little bit, and that provides a lot of high-speed stability, as well as it kind of gets the back end of the car to rotate a little bit better through corners. And then we left the camber pretty much the same. So in the front, we're rocking about 3.5 degrees, 3.5 to 3.6 degrees between both sides. And in the rear, we are at 2.6 degrees. And that's a pretty solid setup. It's a little bit much in the front, but honestly, it lets me run this super wide setup It also lets me fit the track setup really well. So I can run these tires without having too much of a fitment issue. You can see they're super wide here, but we end up getting a pretty good fitment on there without any problems, and everything is set. Now, I do also get to adjust the caster on the front, and the caster is, if you have the suspension like this, it kind of sits a little bit of an angle on the car, and you can change that angle. It's actually forwards, but you can change that angle on the car, and we have the caster set. I believe it's like 8.9 degrees and 9.1 degrees on the other side. So caster kind of helps with like self-centering and self-steering as you come out of corner exit, and it also helps with a lot of high-speed stability. So we did not mess with that. But everything was kind of already set before, and that's something that takes either full SPL or the Nitrons have top hats that also have caster adjustment in them. So it lets you have a ton of different options when playing with the alignment setup. And then lastly, the last thing I want to go over is we did go through and basically do like a nut and bolt check. So we checked every single arm in the rear. We tightened everything up, made sure everything looked good. Got our hands on a bunch of the suspension bolts, made sure everything was all tight and good. Same thing in the front. The reason the front had come out of alignment is that tie rod on the driver's side had actually become ever so slightly loose. So that's kind of what was the leading cause to the suspension pulling out of whack. But we're all set now. Everything was, we got a hand on everything, made sure everything is tight, and everything feels good, and the car is all set. We'll definitely be set now that we have, a little bit better alignment for tire life. So we should be good, and the tires will last us just a little bit longer. So I'm super pleased with that. Now, this is the same alignment that I'm going to be running on track whenever that next track day is. I'm probably going to be ending up going back to the mountains in about 2 to 3 months. That'll be the next trip that I do. So I think I'm going to run this setup just how it is. I'm not going to change anything with the alignment. I will definitely be going on the E88s. I'm not going to take any of my track wheels or my track setup. I'll definitely just be staying on these tires. RE71RS are plenty sticky for the mountain roads. And I'm hoping that the aero comes in by then. There's still a chance that it'll make it. But that's our next trip before any of our next track days or anything. Maybe some of that later in the fall. But the car is definitely all dialed in and set up. So it's going to stay with this exact alignment. This feels really good. It's really aggressive for the street, but it feels so good on the back roads. And it's honestly just a blast to drive. And it really wakens the car up, especially having that extra camber in the front. Just makes the front end so responsive. But now the car is all dialed in and we're all set up and ready to go. If you guys have any questions on, any other alignment setup advice or tips, or if you guys just have any questions in general on suspension setup, feel free to ask. I always love talking about it. I wouldn't call myself the most knowledgeable in these areas, but I feel like I have a decent amount of experience with this car. And I've talked to a lot of people on the forums and in the same community that have spent a lot of time on track. And I feel like I have a decent amount of knowledge specifically with this chassis. So I always love chatting with you guys and kind of going over, what setup you guys have. If you guys have any questions on what I recommend, if you're only looking to do 1 or 2 things, not everything all at once. I know some people are like, well, what part should I get first? Is it worth doing this? Is it worth doing this? And I always have, people always send me DMs asking, hey, should I get this? Hey, should I get this? And I love talking with you guys about it. So always feel free to hit me up on Instagram. That's probably where I'll respond the fastest. But if you leave a comment down below, I'll see it and try and get to it as well. I'm super happy with the way that the car is coming out. I think the E88s look absolutely fantastic. I could not be more happy with the way they look on the car. I just feel like it's changed the car completely, especially with the yellow DRLs. This car just absolutely looks amazing right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. That's going to do it for today's video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.